Hey folks, how are you? Welcome to the first live stream that I've done for this year, so I'm really excited. I'm all excited. Okay, so Facebook is telling me put on a mask to give yourself a fun look. I don't think so, not today. Okay, so today's live is all about how to 80-20 your business. I just recently published my new guide. If you haven't got, if you haven't got it yet, please, you can go to yasminvorajee.com and grab my 50 ways to leverage your time and grow your business. It's my Love to Leverage guide, and I've given you tons of ideas about how to leverage your time. That is what Tiny Time Big Results is all about. And it's interesting because when I first started out, I was talking a lot about productivity. And then as my message evolved, as the work that I was doing with my clients evolved as well, I realized that actually that's not necessarily, that isn't not the first place that you start. The first place that you start is with your business model. And this is what I want to talk to you about today in this live stream, is around how you 80-20 your business in such a way that you do get those big results with your tiny time. And if you're not familiar with the principle, the concept of 80-20, it's the Pareto principle. It's something that I think has been around for hundreds of years now. And it's the idea that 80% of what you hope to achieve comes from 20% of your effort. So for example, if you look at your wardrobe, and I know this is very true of me, you probably see this jumper so many times now, but I wear 20% of my wardrobe 80% of the time. If you think about it from a business perspective, 80% of your revenues come from 20% of your clients. If you think about your time, 80% of let me see, how do you work this one? I always get myself confused and in a knot about this. Basically, when you're thinking about it from a business perspective, and I like to think of it from a revenue perspective because that's obviously where your money's coming from, is thinking about where do 80% of your revenues come from. And what you'll find is even if you've got a product mix, even if you have got lots and lots of different lines and services and programs and all the rest of it, have a look really carefully and see where is 80% of the revenue coming from. And this is a really good activity to do, because what it shows you is where to put your focus, where to put your attention. And what I mean by that is, if you look at your, the revenue that you have for, your different products and, your products and services, then you have a look at them and you think, actually, do you know what? I'm still running this particular service. It's not making me any money. Or on this hand, like on this side, this product or this service or this program is making me a shed load of money, and I'm going to keep on pursuing that. And that is a really great way to understand your priorities for the year. Now, I don't have it with me. I'm using this for my planner for this year, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely adore it. It's a Conquer Your Year planner by Natalie McNeil. And what I really like about this, now I've tried lots and lots of planners over the years. I've tried Leonie Dawson's. It was beautiful and very pretty, but it wasn't practical for me at all. And what I wanted was something that would be really concrete, and that would allow me to get kind of the biggest bang from my book. So I highly recommend this planner if that's something that you're still looking for this year. But what it allowed me to do, not the planner, but the planner is kind of my tool. But what I did was I sat down and I decided what it is that I really wanted to achieve this year, where I wanted to put my focus and my attention. Now, for those of you that don't know, or maybe this is the first time that you've seen any of my live streams, any of my videos, I have 3 young children. The youngest is just 4 months. And so my time is really, really tiny. And I want to make sure that what I am doing in my business is as impactful as possible. But it's not, my tiny time isn't dictating how much money I can make, or the people I can reach, or the impact I create for my tribe. And so that is really important to me. So I have to be really conscious and conscientious about where the money comes from in my business, because it's a business. And so the business needs to be creating an income. And as I sat down to write my goals, I got very, very clear. And so this is all that you're going to do. And here's a little confession, right? I am one of those people that will be sitting there going, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do this. And I'll go down that train of thought, and I'll, kind of go down that, and then you kind of go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I lost focus on what I should have been doing, and you end up losing time. Who else can relate to that? I'd love to hear, actually. If you're watching this live, I'd love to hear, have you ever done that? Am I the only one? Go on, tell me. Share with me. Have you ever done that yourself? Have you ever, got an idea and felt that you had to act on it immediately, and that took you down a path that you weren't expecting? I'd love to hear. Pop your comments below. I can't see anything, so it might come up later. But anyway, I have that capacity to do that. I do that. I have done that, and much to my detriment. And so this year I've actually been really, really disciplined. I've really impressed myself, which is cool, which is a bit strange because I normally give myself a hard time. But I've been really impressed with myself because anytime I've had an idea and I think, oh, I could do that, I've immediately said, go back to your goals. I have 5 big goals for this year. And that's it. Nothing else, just 5 big goals. And I went, no, it's not part of the plan. It's not part of the plan. And interestingly enough, I remember back when I was in corporate and I was vice president of leadership development, I remember working on this big change. I was leading this big change management exercise with all the senior leaders in Europe. And as part of that change management exercise, because it was really at the height of the global financial crisis, there was lots of things happening and not good stuff. And one of the big changes that we made was that, the CEO had a set of goals, and everyone else's goals in the organization had to mirror those. And if they didn't fall into one of those categories, you didn't do it. And that was it. And that's kind of the approach that I'm taking with my goals. So anytime I'm looking at something, I'm like, oh, I could do that, and get my, shiny bright syndrome. I'm just as susceptible. And I say, no, that is not part of my plan. And this is creating a very zen in me. And it's also making me feel excited because I know what I need to focus on. So every time I sit down, I'm very, very clear on what I need to focus on. And that for me is really important, because when it comes to the 80-20, what I want to focus on, 80% of my revenues is going to come from these particular activities that I'm going to do in my business. And I want you to do the same thing, especially when it comes to a revenue perspective, because when you're thinking about where the money is coming from, too many people are chasing after the money that's like low amounts, like it might be 50 quid here or 10 there or 100 there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's small as in, obviously when they all add up, they all add up. But if you are thinking about creating a high-end program, for example, like one premium program could be the equivalent of selling 20 widgets at a certain price, and all you have to do is sell one, I really want you to think about that. If you had a membership site, for example, that was creating recurring revenue for you, so you can just focus your attention on that. Or if you're creating a group program, again, it's about leveraging your time, but really be very, very mindful about where the money is coming from in your business. And the second aspect of this is thinking about where you're putting your marketing. And again, that's something that I've been really conscious of for myself. I want to be really, really conscientious about where I am spending my time with my marketing. You can't do it all. You absolutely can't do it all. So get savvy with your marketing. What gets you the best results? Where are your target market hiding out or hanging out? Not necessarily hiding out. Where are they hanging out? And go and meet them there. And be savvy, be strategic. For me, I'm still, I'm breastfeeding, I'm at home. The majority of the time I'm at home. So I have to be really clear about, how am I going to find the people who would be interested in the work that I do? And so I have to put that thinking cap on. I have to think about how I want to spread my message and how I want to build my movement of, not working long and hard and that not being a deterrent to making great money. So for me, I have to think about, what does that look like for me? And then that again informs what I do on a regular basis. And again, I'm 80-20ing it. I'm thinking about where 80% of my return is coming from, that 20% of activity. And my podcast, if you haven't listened to it, be sure to do it. I'll put the link below to listen to my podcast. My podcast is going to be one of the big areas that I'm really focusing on this year, because it's similar to this, you know, it's me talking and sharing, and I really love doing that, and I enjoy doing that. I'm also going to be interviewing guest experts and, you know, people from all over the globe, on, you know, how you can really create successful businesses in, you know, in this day and age. So, you know, that for me is going to be a big area of growth. But if I try to do lots and lots of things, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to work. I just don't have the time. And if you are like me and you have tiny time as well, then, you know, you have to get really, really savvy with your marketing as well. So there are two areas that I want you to think about when you're thinking about your 80-20. You know, 80% of your revenues come from 20% of your, you know, your efforts and time. When you're looking at your marketing, you know, what gets you that 80% return? You know, it's probably that 20% of activity. So what does that look like for you in your business? I'd love to hear what you think. You know, please pop your comments below, because even once this video is playing on a replay, I'd still love to hear what you think. You know, let's have a chat about, see how you can 80-20 your business. And if you're interested in working with me, getting my help in helping to build leverage into your business, into your money, into your time, if you want to create your online course or your high-end program or your group program or your membership or leverage streams of income, then I'm going to put my link below to book a time to chat with me and have a free consult to see if we could work together. Or if you're interested in getting group support for your goals, making sure that you have structure in your business and that you are, you know, you're really creating momentum in your business, then check out the Momentum Circle, and I'll pop the link below as well. So that's it for me for today. Be sure to pop your comments below, and of course, if you haven't already, be sure to come and join my free Facebook group, the Tiny Time Tribe. And I'll also put the link below there as well. Oh, lots of links today. All right, my lovelies, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.